Every single living thing, from a tiny bacterium to, well, us, is in a constant conversation with the world around it. And to survive, you've got to be able to respond to what's going on. That whole process of sensing and reacting, that's what we call control and coordination.
I mean, really think about that for a second. It's so fast it feels like magic, right? That instantaneous reaction. That's one half of our story today. That's life in the absolute fast lane.
And then you have this, a slow, graceful, deliberate movement. The sunflower tracks the sun across the sky, day in and day out. This is the other side of the coin, a much slower, more calculated kind of response.
So there you have it. We've got these two speeds of life, a lightning-fast system for emergencies and a much slower system for those long-term projects. So today, we're going to break down how both of these incredible networks actually get the job done.
All right, first up, let's talk about life's high-speed internet, the nervous system. This is the network that's responsible for all those blink-and-you'll-miss-it reactions that literally keep us out of harm's way.
And the ultimate display of this speed? It's the reflex action. This is your body's emergency override switch. It is totally automatic, completely involuntary, and it's so incredibly fast for one simple reason. It doesn't wait around for your brain to make a decision.
And this whole process, the reflex arc, shows us exactly how this shortcut works. So, a receptor in your skin screams, "Danger!" A sensory neuron then zaps that message at over 250 miles an hour straight to the spinal cord. Now, here's the clever part. The spinal cord acts like a relay station and immediately reroutes the signal. It completely bypasses the brain, hands the message right over to a motor neuron, which then orders your muscle to contract. And the result? You've already pulled your hand away before your brain even has a chance to say, ouch. It's just a beautiful, efficient survival mechanism. So, what's the magic ingredient that makes this all possible? Well, it's these amazing cells called neurons. You can think of them as the biological wiring of your body, creating this massive interconnected network that carries these electrochemical messages everywhere at unbelievable speeds.
But here's a really fascinating detail. These neurons don't actually touch each other. There's this microscopic gap between them called a synapse. And to get across that gap, the electrical signal has to transform into a chemical message, carried by things called neurotransmitters. It's like a quick chemical handshake that makes sure the message keeps flowing in the right direction. It's just brilliant.
Okay, deep breath. We just took a ride on the body's super-fast expressway. Now let's switch gears and explore that second system. This is the endocrine system, and I like to think of it as the body's chemical postal service. It's slower, way more deliberate, and it's built for the long haul. See, instead of zapping signals down dedicated wires, this system uses chemical messengers called hormones. Glands release these hormones directly into your bloodstream, kind of like dropping a bunch of letters into a river. They travel all over your body, but here's the thing. They only deliver their message to cells that have the right kind of mailbox or receptor to receive them.
This table just lays it out perfectly, doesn't it? The nervous system is like sending a text message. It's super fast, it's direct, and the effect is over in a flash. The endocrine system, on the other hand, is more like sending out a mass email newsletter. It takes longer to arrive, it's broadcast to everyone, and its effects can last for hours or even days. Both are absolutely crucial. They just have very different jobs.
And a fantastic example of this is adrenaline. We've all felt it, right? That rush when you get stressed or scared, your adrenal glands dump this hormone into your blood. It's not instant like a nerve impulse, but once it's circulating, it gets your entire body ready for action all at once. Your heart pounds, your senses sharpen, and sugar floods your system for a huge burst of energy. It's basically the ultimate pep talk for your entire body.
Now, the endocrine system is also a master of maintaining balance, what scientists call homeostasis. Think about it. After you eat, your blood sugar goes up. Your pancreas senses this and releases insulin, which is like a key that tells your cells, hey, open up, time to take in some sugar. As your cells use that sugar, the levels in your blood drop back to normal. That drop sends a signal back to the pancreas to ease up on the insulin. It's just like a thermostat in your house. That's a negative feedback loop, and it's working 24/7 to keep you perfectly stable.
So we've covered the two-speed system in animals. But what about things that don't have a nervous system at all? How in the world do plants coordinate everything they do without a fast lane? Let's dive into the amazing world of plant control.
Okay, so plants basically have two major ways of moving. First, you have tropic movements. These are slow, they're directional, and they happen because of growth, like a stem physically growing towards a window. Then you have nastic movements. These are rapid and non-directional, and instead of growth, they use sudden changes in what's called turgor pressure.
Just think of it as the water pressure inside the plant cells. Change that pressure fast and the plant can move. It's quick and totally reversible.
And guess what? Just like us, plants run on hormones too. We call them phytohormones. You've got axons, the main growth promoters, gibberellins, which are like the alarm clock for seeds. Cytokinins handle cell division, ABA is the stress manager, and then there's ethylene, which is this unique gas that tells fruit it's time to get ripe. It's a whole chemical toolkit for running a plant's life.
So how does a plant actually use these chemicals to move? Well, take phototropism, bending towards light. The hormone auxin builds up on the shaded side of the stem. This causes the cells on that darker side to stretch out and get longer, which physically pushes and bends the whole stem towards the light. It's a slow, super clever, and purely chemical strategy to get more sun.
But hold on, plants can be fast too. The Touch Me Not plant is the perfect example of a nastic movement. When you touch its leaves, special cells at the base instantly lose all their water pressure. This causes the leaflets to just collapse in on themselves for protection. It's an incredibly quick, defensive move, and it all happens without a single nerve cell anywhere.
So as we start to bring this all together, what we're really seeing is that life, in all its incredible forms, is just this masterpiece of coordination. It's a symphony playing out at all these different tempos.
So, whether it's that lightning-fast reflex that saves you from getting burned, the slow and steady release of hormones that guide how you grow, or even a plant patiently bending towards the sun, it all comes down to communication. These systems are constantly talking, listening, and responding to keep life going.
It really gets you thinking, doesn't it? Beyond just nerves and hormones, what other amazing, invisible networks are working away right now in perfect harmony just to make your existence possible?